There's more than 60 people in the audience. Oh my god.
Fantastic to see you all here. Welcome along to Wargamer's latest Discord live AMA. Please give a warm welcome to our lovely guests, Max and Hoopoo. Woo!
Hello.
Max is marketing lead over at Corvus Belli, and Hoopoo is game designer and lore keeper, I think is the correct title, for Warcrow. We are here to talk about Warcrow in general and a little bit about the fact that it's about to get a big new starter set, or it's called a battle pack, but it functions as a starter set because of the things that it includes. Hoopoo's very excited about it.
We're all very excited about it.
Well, we're very excited about it as well.
We made this.
It is very, very pretty, I will say. It's very pretty.
It is.
Hey, there's a picture of me as Uncle Sam. That's fun. I made that 2 years ago, fun fact. So I imagine we'll be talking a lot about Song of the Dormant very soon. Before we kick off, couple little tidbits, little bit of housekeeping. First, I'm very, very pleased in sort of connection to this to say that we're actually partnering with Corvus Belli to make some super awesome articles about sort of deep dives into Song of the Dormant and what's going on with Warcrow and what's coming up with Warcrow. Look for those on wargamer.com very, very soon. But this is a bit separate from that. This is not a sponsored thing. This is just part of our community building efforts, talking to our publisher pals, and giving you the chance to ask them questions, because they're super fun. We had one with Mini Wargaming recently. We had one with the folks at Auroch Digital, guys that made Bolt Gun, 140k Bolt Gun. We did one with Steve Forged Games about War Machine. We love doing these. They're so much fun, and I hope you have fun today. The other cool thing to announce is that we're doing a giveaway along with this AMA. Woo! So everybody who is in this call and asks a question so that their name pops up in the little chat will be automatically entered into a giveaway where one lucky winner will get Song of the Dormant itself, which is very exciting. And then two runners-up will also win, not quite as exciting, but still very exciting prize of the previous starter set, Winds from the North. So that's pretty cool. If you have any pals who on Discord who are into war games, are into Warcrow already, and would like some miniatures, or aren't into Warcrow and you think they should be, get them in here right now. Send them a message, give them a call. I don't care. Get them in this call right now. So those are the cool things. With that, start your questions coming in on the chat bar on the side. Text, type your questions in. We will pick them up as we go along. But I will just kick us off with something fairly generic. Folks, Warcrow has been around for around about a year, coming on for a year, pretty young. And it's done very well in that time by all accounts. But the mission is quite a big one. The mission is step into small team fantasy skirmish wargaming where Games Workshop has maybe gone a little bit quiet on the Warcry front. And that's still quite a big mission. Going up against Games Workshop in any sort of way, to whatever extent that's the mission, is a big one. So why don't you tell us a little bit, as an opener, tell us a bit about why you think Song of the Dormant is going to do that.
I can start, and Hoopoo can take it away afterwards. Okay, so we have a lot of things that I think Song of the Dormant does different than anything else. First off, there's an incredible lore aspect to the game itself. There's amazingly casted miniatures. Yes, GW does have those, but I think our sculptors have gone just above and beyond. We have an incredible team, world class. I think can absolutely stand up to anything GW throws at us. And frankly, the rules have just gotten an update. They are streamlined and everything works so... It's such a difference playing with a Warcrow set of rules than basically anything else I've ever played. And yes, I'm a corporate chill, so of course I'm going to say that. But on the other hand, really, it's just fast, quick, engaged the entire time. You're not waiting for your opponent to, throw dozens of dice. Everything is resolved in a single dice throw. It's just streamlined, fun, quick, flavorful because of all the different things that the different armies can do. They absolutely have their own flavor with everything that they do. And it's not always the flavor that you think that they do. Like, for example, the Xenon, they're elves, so they're just sneaky and they hit and run away. They do that, but they also hit like a ton of Brits, which is not what you would expect from elves. So just, Warcrow in general, I think is really special as a game. And I think Song of the Dormant is incredibly special because of the incredible amount of work that was put into the lore and the actual design of the scenarios that are in it. I think our team has really just knocked it out of the park. And that's where I'll hand things off to Hoopu because she's one of those people.
Yeah, I don't think I have much to add there, although I would you would allow me a quick digression because I see a lot of people are saying wonderful things in the chat. So thank you, travelers, for that. We really appreciate it. Really humbling and inspiring seeing that, like, you just reading that our work resonates with you in so many different levels and aspects. And I'm a soppy bird, and I love you. And if I could just hug you in the moment, but I respectfully nod towards you from here. And I think something we picked up that, of course, I'm not corporate. I'm just a developer. I'm a narrative designer, so I can speak from our experience through making not just Song of the Dormant, but the whole work ethic we developed with Warcrow as a game, as a whole picture. We have picked up many things that we know what audiences enjoys and likes, and it's not just the lore aspect. And I think something that we pride ourselves in Corvus Belli, not just Warcrow, but in Corvus Belli as a company, is that we listen when you guys speak. So I would like to say that this is reflected in our games, and more specifically in Warcrow, and we just keep on working day after day to make improvements and things that you guys would enjoy. So I don't know if, what does Warcrow have that the Games Workshop doesn't have? Well, the science. I do not want to hear comparisons. We're not here to compare. We're talking about perfection that only belongs to the architect. So does Game Workshop have an architect? I don't think so. So we can be friends, though. maybe Games Workshop is a scion, and the cover. No, I'm joking. It's just we're very passionate about what we do, and I don't know what makes us better or what do we have that they do not have. We're just very happy to be here.
You run your own race.
I kind of want to tack on to something that she said, that is being close to the community. I think in general, that's one thing that we have over GW. We listen to you. We interact with you. I'm, as a lot of you guys can prove, in the Discord every day. And you can tell me directly your ideas. I've taken ideas already from our wonderful community and the war cores that are part of our community, and started working on them, enacting them. And that's just, what we get from being a smaller company that has the kind of agility and mobility to be able to do that with our fan base. I think that's pretty special.
Well,
Alex.
Speaking of fan base, we've got a lot of questions coming in from them. So I don't even need to.
Oh my God, I see.
We can start the true AMA vibes now.
I'm not the architect. I am a bird. I might belong to the architect's flanks, but I'm not the architect myself.
In Wargamer, we have a saying, right? Whenever someone accidentally comes out with an iconic phrase, we say that's a T-shirt, because in the magical future where we make our own merch, we want to make T-shirts with all of those in jokes. And I feel like I am not an architect, I am a bird is a perfect T-shirt. But leaving that aside for now, let's start going through some of these questions. Havlock asks, what is the Circle of Seekers on the Warcrow Discord? Just joined yesterday and I'm intrigued. I play Scions, by the way.
So, we have put together an reality game. Yeah. The Circle of Seekers is something that you will have to kind of figure out for yourself. We've put together this game where we've spread clues around the internet. Some clues could be like where you least expect them. Some clues could be where it's pretty obvious. And so you just have to keep your eyes open at any time to make sure that you can find a clue. We have some wonderful people that have collaborated with us in order to put together this whole game, which is extensive, and it's our first try. So I have a lot of faith that it's going to go even harder the possible next times that we do things like this. But this time I think we have a lot of fun planned for you guys.
I'd say sometimes when you're looking for a clue, it's helpful to have eyes in the back of your head, wouldn't you say, Max?
Yeah, exactly. It's just something that you got to keep your eyes open for at any point. There could be something that just you pick up on.
Yeah.
Very strange.
If you are a Scion, you could have eyes on the back of your head. Just saying.
Yeah. Any improvements you like? Red Yeti asks, Corvus Belli used to partner with Beasts of War to produce campaign websites for Infinity that logged games and had a changing story. Is there any chance we may see campaigns like that for Warcrow?
Well, I don't know. What do you think? Hopu, I've been talking a lot. I'll let you talk about whatever you want to talk about there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean,
doesn't ring any bells. Doesn't. I could not possibly tell you. My mind is foggy. I'm jesting. The one thing that we always say in all the interviews when they ask, because I've seen in the chat, like, are there any plans to make novels, comic books, RPG games? RPG books, actually. And all the answers to those are yes. We want the world and everything in it. But all in good time. Oh, the Greeks, you didn't. Oh no, you did. I love that magpie. I love K-pop demon hunters, and that bird is my spirit animal. I'm really sorry. I just saw the chat and I had to. I wish I could be as cool as that magpie. I am not. But if you make me a hat, I would wear it. But it's a potential activity we have listed in the very, very long to-do that we have hanging from the development department. And like, if you ever guys seen my post-it wall, hidden, there's a big to-do list of potential new projects. So that is something we would really like to tackle if possible. But again, like many other things, we need to, wait until the right circumstances come all together, because some things are not as easy, and we're working in a lot of projects at the same time. So but yeah, the short answer is potentially yes.
I mean, the slightly less than short answer is there's a lot of stuff that we are working on right now that are in the future, but it's not in the too distant future. I don't know how to be vague without being, too vague, but things are happening, guys. Like, keep an eye out.
Working a lot. Like a lot.
Well, I think you got more than you bargained for on that answer there. You asked whether you're going to have changing story, logged games, campaigns for Warcrow, and what you got was probably, maybe it's on the to-do list, and so are many other things. I heard
many. It's just because people normally ask, especially about books and comics, given that Infinity go their own, and this is something that you can think about this way. We've learned a lot with Infinity. Infinity is our main ship, and we adore Infinity and has taught us so much along the way. So like I say, if something worked for Infinity, kind of you can expect that we try to, if not replicate it, like do something similar with Warcrow. So,
moving on, I'm going to roll a couple of questions into one because they're essentially the same thing. Mount Haven when? When Mount Haven?
I know when. We demand to know when Mount Haven. Tell us, CB. Spill your secrets.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. When they managed to actually get up out from under their mountain. Frankly, there's a lot of things that have to be, lined up, but they're going to get lined up, and it's not going to be as long as you might think. It's just, this is vague hour, because these are the kinds of questions that it's hard to. I can't answer that.
The hands of the architect bound me. The hands of the architect bound me. I'm really sorry, Charles.
It does happen. We are hopping onto a slightly different topic here. Question: is there any sort of time frame on the other features coming down the pipeline? Competitive rules, narrative, builder app.
Yes. Next question.
Yes, those are things that are happening. Yes.
I'm really sorry. Some of the things I don't know exactly when. I know, yes, they're happening, but I myself don't know exactly when. I said this in an interview, and I think it's absolutely correct that sometimes they do not tell me things just so I won't spill anything that I should not be saying. So.
Those are things that are in the works right now, and are
I can confirm
going to probably come out a lot sooner than you'd think. Also,
we just clinked.
We're working real hard. Things are going to happen soon.
There's a lot of stuff going on. Here's an interesting one. With all the rule changes since the game's release, would you say it has evolved into something different, or has it become closer to what Corvus Belli originally envisioned?
Wow, that's such a difficult question, actually. Well, okay. So, how to explain this? All right. It tends to be a thought that when a game comes out and the rulebook is published, that is a final step for a project that's been running for a long time. That couldn't be further from the truth. Publishing the rules is the first step, and from that you pivot and evolve and change and switch. So that is the most beautiful part about this. Have we envisioned something? I think we managed to accomplish many things that the team wanted. There were absolutely musts in a game, for example, and I know this is not everyone's cuppa, and I understand, but proprietary dice and something that is quick to learn, and the number of miniatures per army, the number of points we're managing, how skills work. Many things have been crossed out of the list, but when we cross something, that doesn't mean we leave it there. That is meant to evolve and change, because a sign of a game being alive are the changes. If a game remains the same for a long time, that is dangerous, because that means the game is about to die if there's no changes. So I would say that definitely there's things that we accomplished to do as developers, and we're very happy about it. I don't know, from just from the development point of view, that absolutely. There are all the things we were not, and we are not content, and we're not happy about how they are. That's the reason we are working, and I want to emphasize this, we are working to improve every single day. As you guys know, as I'm speaking, there's many things being on the works, because actually there's a big time gap between the things that we do and when you get to see them. So we are working very hard to not only improve based on the feedback, but also we want to strive towards something we are more happier with. And so yeah, I would say there's things that we accomplished, there's things to be improved, and there's things to be left to the discovery, because more often than not, things that work are just happy coincidences and just things that pop up in a brainstorm session.
I would add that also the community is growing at such a quick rate that new players are coming in all the time, and with new players you get new ideas and new interactions. So because we are close to our player base and we have our ears open, there's a lot of things that have moved so quickly that we have to update the rules and we have to make sure that the game is balanced. To that, I did see in the chat on whether Song of the Dormant would have the 1.5 rules update. Song of the Dormant went to print before that happened, but don't worry, we'll make sure that when that comes out, you guys will have a very clear understanding of what the transition from the old version of the rules is into the new version of the rules for Song of the Dormant. So we'll make sure that it's a solid release.
Superb. I've got a lore related question here that I think is going to get Hoopu into a good mood. So like Scions. Upia Lihi says, I've been trying to figure out, have we seen in art any examples of Scion's architecture, their cult spaces, their unique blend of folk and cosmic horror, and I'd love to know more about their aesthetic. And they also ask about why are so many of the Scion's miniatures along this theme of red skin and extra limbs? If the father-mother specifically considers artistic constraints a sin, an artistic decision for cohesiveness of the army, or some in-law reason. Somebody's been doing the thinking about Scions.
I know. Okay, many questions to tackle. First, the Scions are not a cult. I know this is going to be like me because you like the science and that's what the leader of a cult would say, but I am really trying to push a different narrative for the Scions because, like someone was saying, they're not the evil guys, because in this world, surprise, everyone is evil. Absolutely everyone are the bad guys. So you have seen potentially, if you have the main book, the main lore book, there's an example of Flesh Forge, if I'm not mistaken. But up to this point, we haven't shown that much about original architecture for the Scions, because given that they are the discarded members of society, they tend to hide and repurpose the spaces that were abandoned for themselves. So they're not that big in the architectural aspect, if I may say so. At least for now, you know how the lore evolves. It's ever evolving. So regarding the arms, it's very interesting that you asked that question, and keep that in mind, especially shortly, because that will come in handy. But all the decisions we make regarding our miniatures are a combination of the art department's necessities, because do not forget, we sell miniatures and we want to present the most wonderful miniatures out there. And the art department's decision, the lore, the game mechanics, exigencies, because then just think about like, oh yeah, I have this miniature with a big sword, but in their profile they don't use a sword, so why is a sword there? Like I need to give like a coherent picture for all of it. And regarding the red skin, I think that was, I cannot remember exactly. I know for a fact that some humans and some elves paint themselves, and then the reddening of the skin is a consequence of using the tinge in using magic too much. So it will be like a mark on it, because people tend to think that the only mark you can get is tinge, as in like, or like bodily horror modifications. Not really. Sometimes it's just like the reddening of your skin, because unfortunately in the Scions, if you want to progress, is the survival of the most fitted. So if you can endure the use of magic and your body, resists this better than other bodies. Also, I can confirm 100, 200, over 9,000%, there's nothing to do with cosmic horror in the lore of the Scions.
Oh.
We have no Lovecraft, it's just we're sitting there moaning with me because they won't get Bloodborne 2 out. He's weeping as I am, as we all the Bloodborne players are out there. But no cosmic horror in this one.
Sitting in his Victorian library with his unacceptable views. Where he
Any Bloodborne players on the chat, I salute you respectfully as other hunters. Yes, you did.
I want to piggyback off that question just for a second because of the Intacts, for example. The Intacts, how they dress themselves up as if they were affected by tinge, right? So I had assumed that they do paint their bodies because they
do, yeah.
believe that they're normal people during the day, and then they paint their bodies at night to, go be a scion in their scion family.
That's our family I've seen in the chat.
We
Very
are
good.
families.
I mean, I'm a Scions fan too. These are my wonderful red caps. This is
Look at the crucible. Giving the
This is
little
a-
ones a ride.
Very supportive. Here's one. Question on the narrative lines. The turn tracker really allows for options on narrative. Is this going to be used more often for random events / cool stuff to happen outside of competitive play? Can see Max's eyebrows going all around the place.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The turn tracker
Yes.
is the best thing we've developed. Like it's one of the highlights of the game. And yes. And the proof is here. Like I am dying for you guys to play Song of the Dormant, because those of you who are just here for a good time are going to enjoy their scenarios and are going to enjoy the battles. But those of you players like me that are absolutely lore driven, and if you read Thorolith book and if you know feudum and the science, you're gonna go like, what is this implying? Yes, all the answers are yes. Like there's something in here, like a text, like you want to really like is authorized because it contains information about the future.
This is very clever because the technical faults from earlier make people think that like maybe that was just maybe they were saying something good and you just couldn't hear it. Who knows? Linked question. Dakari Z or Z, depending on your territory, says, is Hoopu the architect of the CP team? Seems because of
No.
my passion, so many people on the staff are science fan, and I'm worried that the moon won't be enough to hold them and their many limbs back.
My only answer to that is no, I'm not the architect. We all are the architect. And I love you, Traveler, like so much. You are like Max was commenting on this before about how quickly the community has grown. It was mind blowing that before we launched officially Winds from the North, there was already a community. And I cannot be but grateful for all of you because you're just bloody fantastic. And I love you all very much.
We also had the good luck of creating a game that was so strong for so long and created such a dedicated fan base that just goes, oh, you're creating something else that is, easier and quicker and easier to like, sure. And so it's great to just be able
All
to
hail Infinity.
Yeah. I mean, I'm an Infinity player. I joined the company. I've been playing Infinity since 2018. And it's funny, I was not a Warcrow believer. I was one of your detractors initially because I'm like, no, Infinity. It's the only thing that you should be focusing on. And since I got here, I'm finding myself playing more Warcrow than Infinity just because of how quick and easy and fluid and narrative, and it's just got all these things that like Infinity is the Wargamer's wargame, whereas I think Warcrow is everybody's wargame, which is the difference. It's a key difference that I don't know. I feel like they've really struck gold, the development team, with this. It's something special.
Got a question about a little bit more mechanical here. There are mounted models now. Are there plans on making that more expansive, or just limiting it for now to a few models?
I think for now, we're gonna have a few, like, we don't want cavalry or like big base models to be the focus of the game for now. In a year and a half, this question could be completely wrong. But yeah, for now, we're going to keep it. Like, we're going to have a few scattered through the battlefield, but they're not going to be like the main force of the faction. They're going to be significant. Like, okay, I'm not supposed to say this, but no one's here, like physically here to stop me. Travelers. These, like, these on a horse.
Dang it, Ubo.
Well, there's a new story.
Like, picture like your future and like,
yeah, the big punchies are really cool. Yeah, that's true. Also,
do you know, if this melody says something to you, like, this melody is a hint. Dun 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 dun. Like, the day you will allow me to speak and to say things to my people.
I will say, I didn't. After the AMA that we did with Steamforged about War Machine, which was a text AMA and had about 350 questions in an hour, I thought we couldn't get more manic. I feel like this has got a significantly more manic energy, but who knows why? Let's roll on from that unexpected news story for everybody about mounted hammer.
In my defense, these are not spoilers. If you bought the book, you know what's coming. In my defense, I have not spoken about anything that's not attainable in the future.
Scrolling on through, what have we got? Watching their faces without being able to hear them because I'm in work meeting is killing me. Oh, Koshai, I'm sorry. I'm
I'm really sorry. Hello.
With luck, we will have the video up on YouTube if I've pressed the buttons right. But either way, we'll have some coverage on it on wargamer.com very soon. I've seen quite a lot of the same question, so I will just put it to you. When will we see more of the world map outside of Lindwer?
I mean, I don't. Ubu? Would you like to? No? Okay. There is more world, though.
If you have a confirmation for that, if you check my Instagram stories, because people were absolutely bonkers because there was an arrow pointing somewhere. So it was like, what does it say there? It's the hint. I mean, I didn't delete that. I didn't erase it on purpose. Actually, like, water spilled on my map. But if you can read that, given that it's written in Farsi, like, hot tip to you.
What it's written in. Have you seen what they've been doing in the Circle of Seekers? Like, they've been doing infrared analysis. I underestimated you. And that will not happen again. I would rather just stump you forever from now on, going forward.
Yeah.
Because
we're gonna just stay silent and all guess.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to make the AMA really difficult if neither of you say anything for the rest of it. I'm just going to keep throwing questions at you. This is a fun one. Hoopoo, what faction do you think will win at Interplanetaria next week?
Okay, the obvious answer is a science, but I think, given the update of the roles, it's going to be a tie between CNN and the Hegemony of Ambazig. Either both of the two.
Yeah, I'm tending towards CNN as well. I've seen a few games with them. Just, they are dynamic, and like I said before, they hit like an anvil. So it's a lot to deal with. Although, I mean, tribes are brutal. Scions are sneak. I mean, it's just really well balanced right now. But my money's on CNN right now.
I think either CNN or Hegemony of Music.
Elf time it is.
I like Yeti.
Here's one for some more fun hinting. Can you give the number of factions that are not in the rulebook but are on the to-do list?
No, I'm really sorry. There are lines. Even for me, there's limits I cannot cross. I can't say anything. I'm sorry.
I mean, dragons. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding.
You clearly don't know how this game works. Okay, softer ball. After Infinity, why do you want me to have... After Infinity, why do you want me to have to throw the rest of my money to you? I mean, who wouldn't want that? Right? Like, I can answer that one, because money. What else is cool? I have the feeling that the wheel is a little underutilized. Are there plans to foster its use in the future?
What? I'm sorry, I was moving my head under request. I don't know what they want from me. What?
The wheel?
The wheel.
Like, oh. Sorry, I understood. Not these wheel. What are we talking about? Oh, the turn track. Oh my god. Okay.
I think perhaps it's the turn tracker, which I mean, I think we've covered that already. That's my bad. We've already talked about the turn tracker, and we're running out of time.
It's absolutely okay.
I'll take responsibility.
It's just there's a wheel in here.
There is a wheel. There is a wheel.
I thought.
Ooh. What was the thinking behind measuring movement differently than most games and going with a front to back type distance? Was Warcrow influenced by other games like MCP on how that aspect works, or was it pulled from elsewhere?
I cannot say exactly where it came from. Possibly, like, potentially, we play so many games that things stick with us. And of course, we cherry pick whatever we like the most about all the games to incorporate in our game. But definitely, it was a matter of simplicity. It's just easier moving front to back. Boop, boop. And you have it.
It's really, I mean, again, it's just so simple. Also, especially with the move being split. It lets you. I think it does a few things that are interesting. Like, as a competitive wargamer, first of all, it's a lot harder to estimate how far you're moving. Actually, like by eye, you can pre-measure in Warcrow, but sometimes you can take advantage of that. It's like, oh, I'm only moving 5 paces. No, you're not moving 5 paces. You're moving 3, 2, which means you actually have an extra 2 paces mixed into there that whole time on one side, and then another 2 at the end of it. So 4. So you're actually moving 9, whereas it's 5 on paper. So it messes with your head. It's a lot easier. It lets you be able to go around corners in a way that you're not bending not a ruler. You know what I'm talking about? A tape measure. I think it's just a really interesting, quick mechanic, and makes it simple. It messes with your head.
Excellent. This is a nice one. Do you guys have a lot of fun working on stuff for Warcrow, or just Corvus Belli in general? I'm gonna that seems too wide, so I'm gonna bring it in a little bit. What is your favorite thing about working on this game at Corvus Belli?
Narrative campaigns. The narrative campaigns are my everything, because I enjoyed so much the creation of Warcrow Adventures. Warcrow Adventures was exactly the kind of thing I wanted to make. It was, I love narrative. I'm such a big fan of everything that is narrative driven and co-op and character. It's just, I love RPG games, so that one. But I wanted to address something that's interesting about the fun. And of course we do have fun. We have a privilege. I always say this. I am very much aware that I have a privileged job. I get to sit and work on something I'm passionate about. But you guys need to know that after all, a job is a job, and it's not all funs and giggles. And actually the part of funs and giggles, it represents like a 15% of the time, because the many hours I am bleeding through los ojos míos on Excel, or like editing and InDesign, or like crying because something doesn't work as we predicted and time's getting nearer, and you know, this is also part of a job. Of course it is fun, of course we're passionate about it, but you know, it's still a job. My favorite part definitely is the narrative process, not necessarily the brainstorming part, but organizing everything to give exactly to the players what they need to figure out and to delve into the lore, but without revealing too much. And for that, I want to shout out as ever my partner in crime, Silvia Pato, the one of the authors, alongside with Rodrigo García Carmona. Silvia is the one who works with me in the narrative campaigns, and none of this would be half as good as it is without her. She's the true lore keeper, because I am here, I am the face. You get to see me, and I yap about the lore a lot, but she is a true lore keeper. She is the Warcrow encyclopedia. She is incredible, and if you guys come into it in Planetaria, you will have a chance to meet her. And yes, I owe her so much.
Superb.
I will say for me, I'm a geek that's just been given too much power. It's like, it's fantastic. It's just to be able to go like, oh, you're a huge fan of Corvus Belli? Great, here's the marketing department. Do whatever you thought that they should have been doing for years. You can do that now. Yeah, also, Warsenal. Shout out to Warsenal. They're fantastic. But yeah,
I know that I'm going to see this, but we love
them.
From
Warsenal all the time, and like give him ideas. Like, hey Jay, here's some crazy stuff. Talk to all the partners that we want to talk to, and you know, make deals that I think should have been done ages ago, and the rest of the department agrees. So it just, like, the freedom, it's a fantastic company. Everybody is super friendly. You should see Hoopo's and I's conversations on Teams. They're absurd. It's just a fantastic working environment. So yeah, I'm the freshest newcomer. I've only been here 4 months.
Very wide eyes there.
I just realized, because Max has been here for 4 months. That means I have been here for almost 4 years. What is time? Thank you.
All right, let's hop back a bit to stuff coming out for the game. Here's a good one from Tick Balang. Are the MT and Hedge going to get a pause from releases after we see the Warrig and Rock Troll? Is there a target number of units for each faction?
Okay, I can answer that one, but you can go to Max if you want.
I have no idea.
Because frankly, this is something...
That is game design. Take it away.
This is something... Okay, thank you, Max. This is something we've addressed previously. That's the reason why I know the answer. So we have a target number of miniatures and units for each faction, and we're going to cover all of them until we reach one point, and then we'll start throwing in some new stuff. Happens that, as life is life, things have popped up along the way. So I don't know what the current plan is, but I can guarantee you the original plan was to release all the units for all the faction, and when everything was completed, start not anew, but continue rather. So I don't know. I saw a brilliant question. It says most anticipated unreleased model. Wouldn't you like to know, my beautiful Jared? I can't tell you. I'm really sorry. I can't. But that was the plan. I don't know if we're maintaining it, because again, I would say this, positive things have happened that may have altered that plan. But that was the original go-to.
Nice. Well, I feel like that gives you what you need on that one. I've had a few questions throughout about Warcrow Adventures, so I'm going to touch on that briefly. Havlock says, I love Warcrow Adventures. I own the entirety of it. Are there any plans for additional expansions?
I don't know. It really depends on how the game performs on the long run. But thank you so much. That means a lot to me because I don't know if I can say this. I think I do. I was in charge of the narrative part of Warcrow Adventures, and if you get to play Chains of Dread, that campaign benefited so much from all the experience we gained through making the rest of the game. The lore in that campaign, if I ever get to sit and write a novel, possibly will be like the novelization of Chains of Dread, because there's so much there. But thank you so much. I don't know. We have to see where the future takes us.
I mean, I kind of love Warcrow Adventures. I would. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
What Hopu said is right. We'll see how it goes. If you guys want more Warcrow Adventures, buy more Warcrow Adventures right now. Buy what there is.
Yeah, that might be a ridiculous thing to say, but Max is absolutely correct. The way we have to know that you like something is when you purchase that something. So, Ilan, what is it you're doing? Ilan,
I somehow managed to skip over this long name of people talking about the dragon faction. Dragons confirmed. Dragons OP. Please nerf. Dinos.
I mean, there is.
When is the exact release date of the Dragons Dinosaur faction?
Oh wait! I want to show you something that's here, sitting with me.
Well, that's a big dragon.
It is a big dragon. And it's in Warcrow.
Oh, you got Rafi. You got Rafi, and I got her.
I have him too. Whoa.
Did you know? Okay, this is something. This is something people love. When we wrote this mission in this scenario in Warcrow Adventures, I always give all the scenarios an original soundtrack. These ones was Footloose. So
very good.
Yeah, she's gorgeous, isn't she? Hello.
She is.
You can't play with these, or Rafi the Thunderous Ghost. You can't play with these in the war game.
Yet. There's quite a lot of yets going on. Here's a really nice one. What's the best way to introduce Warcrow to my local game store?
So, I would tell you that we are. Okay. This is a multi-tiered question. So we're looking at the best ways in order to get local game stores in league with us. There's a lot of things on the table for that, but I think the best way to do it is to just bring your army, bring a friend, and just show people, like, just play the game. It's one of those games that if you first of all, you put the miniatures on the table, they look great. And then people will be watching your game. If they watch your game at all, they'll notice, like, hey, he's moving a miniature. And then a few seconds later, they're moving a miniature and they're throwing dice once in order to fight. What's going on here? Because that's a weird war game. Or, not throwing bucketfuls of dice every single time that you want to do anything. I think just bring the game and play it. And then wait for us to give you more instructions and talk to your local war corps. We need you.
Exactly. And I would say personally, I think these introductory booklets, not these particular one, not necessarily Song of the Dormant, but also Winds from the North, they're very nice to get the gist of it, because they come, if you play Winds from the North, you know this already, but they come with a set of instructions and they do help the new players to understand how things work. So I really like you as Uncle Sam, Alex. That's a good t-shirt.
That is a good t-shirt.
Tell my boss that. Tell my
Uncle
boss.
Samlix.
Yeah.
Fantastic. 100% any of the starter boxes. Dakari Z says, good taste of narrative, but also fun mechanic. I think we can roll a few questions into one as well, with Papa Chew saying, how will unit up profiles be updated in the future? I love the FAQ site, but they're a bit hard to reference mid-game.
Okay, So you know, guys, that we are planning on releasing an army, the War Army. I don't know the name, but I'd like to know. I think it will be like the army with the W in the front. I don't know the name of it. Marketing is working on that. Yeah, exactly. I said that in the Ungidos podcast. I will repeat it again, the War Army. And once that is released, it's going to be much easier to get the profiles updated. But I know we want to plan, we want a plan that works for every one of us. That meaning you as players, and that is realistic for us to do as developers. And hello, Alpha. And I want to say often, meaning it won't be like an update every 6 months, but this is something that I also think I've mentioned before, so apologize if I am repeating myself. We work in synchrony and in sync with many other departments, so it's not just up to us as developers to do something. We are a company, we work together, so we need to coordinate and find a moment that's useful for us. But I want to say often. Yeah, definitely. Because again, if we don't update, if we create updates, but we don't update the profiles to work with said updates, then what's the point of it?
Yep.
Oh, sorry. Ilan is right. Workers are... Max, what is a worker?
Oh, a Warcrow is a pillar of our community, both for Infinity and Warcrow. They are the people that teach new players, run demo games, organize tournaments, help you convince your local LGS to start carrying any of our Corvus Belli products. They are the people that make this the best community in gaming. They're 100% the reason why Corvus has the foundation that it does. I mean, I spend half of my day talking to Warcrows all around the planet, and it's just the same absolute level of dedication and compromise. So all the Warcrows who are in chat right now, thank you all. You guys are all fantastic.
Can Warcrows be called Warcrow respondents?
You have no idea how many times a day we throw around the question of what should Warcrows be called, because Warcrows is a mouthful. So if anyone has ideas, please throw it at me. If we choose your idea, I will paint a miniature for you and send it to you. It'll suck, but it'll be me who has done it, and Hoopu will, I don't know, pet it or something.
Okay. Sure.
I feel like that's,
This is now a marketing meeting, it seems. So you've given the folks some new ideas. Folks, it is the time when we would normally be wrapping this up. So if anyone has one last question, this is the time, and you've got...
I'm really sorry we couldn't cover all of the questions. I know you have multiple, and I've seen many questions related to game mechanics, but we don't want to get too specific on that. But don't worry, we have a questions email. You can reach to us, and so. But thank you. Samara Card went. Do you really think I'm gonna leave my favorite prince outside? Do you really think that? Like, look at me in the eyes. Do you know how passionate about that creature? Because they are a prince. Do you think I'm gonna let them behind? Come on. Come on. Please make a big campaign book. Please shout that to your next Warcrow/marketing member from Corvus Belli, because nothing in this world I want more than that. Shake them. Make them.
Folks, I think
I'm going to be in so much trouble on Monday.
That is actually when are we getting 3 red caps?
3 red caps in a trench coat. I am trying to push the 3 red caps in a trench coat forward. It's proven to be difficult, but I am there. I am there.
Let him wrap it up.
I'm really sorry. Sorry.
We could go on all night, I'm sure, but I need to have some dinner at some point, speak to my wife. It's been So great. All of you have been wonderful. It's been a super vibe. Massive numbers of you in the chat all the way through. Max, Hoopoot, thank you so much for your time. It's been such a pleasure. The community around this game is so positive and lovely, and I feel like we've gone through some brilliant topics today. Like I said at the beginning of this, we're going to be giving away some lovely prizes to some random people from this audience. And keep an eye on wargamer.com over the next couple of weeks, because we've got lots of really cool stuff coming for you about Warcrow, some of which might touch on topics that have been discussed, maybe not. You'll just have to wait and see. And stay tuned. Please do stay along in our Discord as well as the Warcrow one. We've got loads of stuff going on. Naughty. We all sorts of stuff going on. If you don't know wargamer.com already and you came along for just this, great. Please stay along, see what you like from our site and what's going on here. And we'll see you again for another one of these very soon. Max, Hoopu, thanks again so much. Everybody,
thank you so much, Alex, for having us here.
Thank you so much. You guys are brilliant.
Cause chaos. Yeah, thank you.
I'm here for the chaos. And that's a good t-shirt. I'm here for the chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a Red Caps t-shirt, is what that is. Yes. All right. Thank you.
All right, friends. Have a wonderful weekend.
Bye.